Yeah, you didn't see that before,
Oh,
did
the
you?
ocean looks beautiful today here in Fort
Doesn't
Lauderdale,
it though?
Florida. What are we doing inside?
I don't know. Well, hi everyone, and welcome to episode number 782.
No, number
No?
249. It's video number 782 that we're going to be showing. Seven. Wow.
Wow, 249. All right. That's a lot better. Okay, episode number 249, and it is an educational show about smartphones and technology with us geeks on tour, right?
Yep.
Okay. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and please subscribe to the channel. Click the bell so you get notified whenever we go live. And if you are on Facebook, click a like thing there, right? Okay. So, our beginner's lesson today is how to transfer photos from your phone to your computer. But first, Chris has a quick tip for you, right?
Well, just a kind of precursor to showing you how to transfer from phone to computer if you're using cloud, especially, which I think is the best way. It's important to understand the difference between just an upload and sync. So I put together this little pre-recorded segment.
This little video, I want to make a point about using cloud storage to upload your photos and keep them safe. I'm going to start with a little bit of terminology and then I will give a short demo. First off, I think it's interesting why we call it the cloud. It's an internet. That's all cloud is another word for the internet. But people who have to diagram networks just cannot draw the entire internet. So they just use a cloud, and that's why we call it cloud. But if you imagine it like clouds above the earth, then the terms upload and download make more sense. I like that. So think of it as the cloud up above the earth. You have many accounts in the cloud. Each one needs a username and password, and each one works a little bit differently. It's important to understand when you upload your photos, especially to these cloud services, which ones just hold a copy of your photos and which ones synchronize with your device. If it synchronizes, when you delete from one, you might be deleting from all. I'm going to use Dropbox and Google Photos to demonstrate this. First, I'm going to take a picture of these shells with my Android Samsung phone. Now let's say this pictures of these shells is very important to me, so I want to make a copy of it up into the cloud rather than trusting that they'll be okay on my phone. I tap the share button and I'm going to use Dropbox for this. You might have to tap the three dots to get there, but I have Dropbox right here. And I need to choose the right folder in Dropbox, and I'm going to use Camera Uploads and tap Upload here. So that has made a copy of this photo. I now have two copies, one on the phone and one in the cloud in my Dropbox account. To prove that it's in the cloud, I'm going to my Dropbox account on the computer. I'll open the Camera Uploads folder, and there is the picture of the shells. So any connected device can now see this photo because a copy of it is in the cloud. But what if I delete it from Dropbox? I delete this. It says, are you sure you want to delete this from your Dropbox? The way Dropbox works is that is only deleting it from Dropbox. I go back to the phone and it's still there, no problem. But other systems will synchronize. For example, Google Photos. I have Google Photos on this same phone and there is the shells and I can show them to you on Google Photos on the web. So here is Google Photos on my computer and there is that photo. Now here's the difference. Google Photos synchronizes with my device. So when I delete it from Google Photos, remove from your Google account devices with backup turned on and places shared within Google Photos. Move to trash. That is going to delete that photo from everywhere. Let's go back and look at the phone. The photo of the shells is gone. But there is one last safeguard. Notice this message, review out of sync changes. Since you deleted that from the computer, Google realizes you might not be aware that it deletes it from the phone, so you get to review the things that were deleted from Google. So move to trash. 3 photos were moved to trash. You can review. There is the picture of the shell, meaning it is still physically on this device, just not showing up in Google Photos until such time as you remove all and allow. Now, even if we go to Gallery, you'll see that the photos are gone because of the actions you took in Google Photos.
Okay.
So
Great.
that bottom line lesson, if you're using cloud storage, which I do recommend, just make sure that you understand whether it's a one-way copy or whether it's two-way synchronizing.
Okay. Well, hi, everyone. I'm Jim, and here together with my wife, Chris, we are Geeks on Tour. Now, do you think your smartphone is smarter than you? And you have questions about your Android phone, your iPad, or how do you learn about the amazing devices we have today?
And they're getting smarter all the
Man, it's
time,
great,
aren't
isn't it?
they? All this talk about the AI and ChatGPT lately is just mind-boggling.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to keep on learning. Lifelong learning is what we're all about. We are geeks. We have been for 50 years.
Long time.
But, and another word for geek is propeller head. So that's why we wear these silly little hats. We are geeks who teach. We think the best way to learn is in bite-sized pieces on a regular basis. So that's why we came up with this YouTube show.
All right, Chris, where are we now?
We are home in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, but we celebrated New Year's. Happy New Year, everybody. Over in the Bahamas in Bimini.
It was great.
With hammerhead sharks.
Yep, that was fun. It was hard to keep those little hats on their heads with the Happy New Year, but we did it. It worked well for for us there.
They're real party animals.
They are. Okay, I do want to say hi to our viewers that are coming in live. Okay, Debbie.
Oh, so sorry.
Okay. Jolin, Low Country of South Carolina. Okay. Peggy George, Phoenix, it's rainy but not cold. It's a little chilly here. Chilly, Florida with Linda. Okay. Greetings from Dallas, Fort Worth area. Hi, Berlin, V. Gates. How are you doing, Detlef? Chuck
warm
Parker.
New Jersey.
Relatively warm. Okay.
We'll see. It's 64 here, and we say it's cold. So
49 in the Willamette Valley of Oregon. Okay. Bill and Karen, I hope you're staying warm. Joel says thanks for all you do. And Netherlands, Vandenberg. Shenandoah, Chile up there. Huey and Bradenton, it's about the same there. Hola, Colorado, home from Egypt and Jordan.
Yeah,
and
have
she
to
went
see
to
your
Petra.
videos.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Don Davidson, how you doing? Connie Govier, sunny, rainy San Diego. So rare. Great. Glad you're here. And okay, what's our next one? Okay, thanks, our premium viewers. That what makes our work possible. You guys, our premium viewers, we love you all, and you have special benefits, and we'll be telling you about those later. One of those benefits is the Backstage Pass. Right after this Zoom, or right after this, we have a Zoom meeting with our premium members. Premium members can come in, ask us questions, join in, and have a glass of wine with us or something, whatever floats your boat. Okay, Chris.
So our topic today is, do you want your photos from your phone on your computer? Why? We're showing 5 reasons here. 1, to have a backup of the photos in case something happens to the phone. That's one reason for putting them on the computer. I think it's better to put them in the cloud and the computer. Then you can free up space on your phone storage if they're all backed up. To easily view and organize photos on a larger screen. Some people still are much more comfortable on a computer, so they want their photos there. To edit or print the photos on a computer. Yeah, they pretty much have to be on your hard drive in order to use a computer software editing. Or to share the photos with others more easily via email and social media. Facebook, for example, looks for your photos to be on your computer, not in the cloud. So we're going to review these reasons again at the end and see if we've given you a way to do it all. I say we're going to show you 3 methods. There's actually lots more. There's so many ways of connecting devices, but everybody's pretty familiar with using a thumb drive. If you want to copy files from one computer to another, a thumb drive is a really easy way to do it. You can do it on a phone as well. If you have the right stuff, we'll show you. A USB cable. Normally, it's the same cable that came with your phone for charging. You plug one end into the phone and the other end into your computer, and now it's like your phone is a hard drive on your computer. Or the third way, and this is what I do, and my recommended way, is using cloud storage service, primarily Google Photos. But here we do have, oh no, this is the one. Yeah, let's show this video about using a cable.
Hi, this is Chris Gould with Geeks on Tour, and in this video I want to show you how I have photos on my Android phone, my Samsung Galaxy S5, and I want to get them from the phone directly to the computer. I'm going to do that with a USB cable. So this cable is plugged into the computer and I plug the other end into the phone. Now, the phone needs to be unlocked. So you have to do your thumbprint or your code to. Now this phone is unlocked, but there's another little key. This USB can be used simply to charge the phone. We have to go in and tell it that we're using it to transfer pictures. And you do that by swiping down to open up your notifications, and you should see one that says USB charging. Tap here for more options. These are all your choices for the USB cable. It can be used for charging, file transfer, photo transfer, software installation, or MIDI. And I'm going to say photo transfer. And now you'll see on the computer screen that it has changed from saying nothing to import to now it's looking for new photos and videos. And there we go. These are the photos that are on my phone, and when I click continue, I have selected 18 photos which will be imported to this picture. If I want to import it to a different picture folder, I can do that by clicking on change and finding whatever folder on my computer I want to import them to. but this is fine. I can also choose to delete them from the phone after importing them from the computer. I don't want to do that. This is using Windows 10 on my laptop. So I'm looking at the Windows 10 Photos app here. And here are the photos that I just imported. And that is how you use a USB cable to import directly from an Android phone to the computer.
Okay.
Now, your phone screens will not look the same. My phone screen doesn't look the same since that video was recorded, but just realize the concept there. Sometimes plugging a USB cable in between your phone and your computer just works. Everything pops up. Sometimes it doesn't. Maybe there's a setting on your phone for the USB cable, how it's used. So that's just to be aware of that. But once you have the connection made, it's as if your phone is now an external hard drive and you can browse and copy.
It's been my experience on my Pixel phone that it doesn't always work. And that has been, yeah, sometimes it does. Sometimes it depends on the computer. I've had a lot of trouble getting it to hook up to my Mac.
Yeah,
computer.
I was able to get it to my PC, and we have that later.
Okay.
But hasn't worked with the Mac at all.
Okay.
So a couple more things to know. One is that phone filing systems are not what you expect if you're expecting it to look like your computer's filing system. No, no, no. Everything on a computer is in a folder that you can see. Some of them are hidden, but if you unhide, you can see everything. Everything on a computer, be it Windows or Mac, is in a folder. Everything on a phone is in an app. It's a different kind of structure. And yeah, I don't understand it, but there's this thing called sandboxing. So each app is its own little world, and it holds the files that it needs to work with. But there is, on iPhones, you can see the camera results in a folder called DCIM. That stands for Digital Camera Images. And on the iOS, DCIM is the only folder you're allowed to see. The only one that has user access. All the rest of what's on your phone, no, you're not allowed, because they figure you might mess it up. Now on the Android, they allow you to mess it up. On the Android, you still can see more. Still not everything, but Android has a filing system where you do see more. It's still the DCIM where you will find your pictures. Any questions so far? I don't know that.
I don't.
Okay. Well, we'll have another.
We'll have time for questions.
Oh, yeah. Not all USB cables. That's a good point, Ron. Thanks. Not all USB cables are the same either. So it might be your setting. It might actually be your cable. Good point.
Okay. Looks like Michael says, I love having a backup on the computer of everything I saved in my photos. So he was answering your question. Why do I
don't have everything. I don't want everything on my computer. I take thousands of photos, but yeah, so we'll talk about that.
Okay. There was a question earlier that I wanted to make sure okay. Love being able to quickly launch Snapseed and Google Photos on my iPhone and iPad, but why can't I launch it in Google Photos on my MacBook? I can answer that. And it's because there is no Snapseed for a MacBook or even a PC.
It's mobile only.
Mobile only.
Snapseed only works on mobile.
Right. And now it may work on a lot of Chromebooks.
Well, yeah, it does work on Chromebook because Chromebook can play Android apps.
Right. Okay.
All right. Let's go on with copying from phone to computer. I said there, I'm going to show you 3 methods. Here's method number 1. Connect the iPhone. I'm going to use iPhone first, and then I will do it with the Android as well. Connect the iPhone to a USB thumb drive. Then you can copy from the iPhone to the thumb drive, then put the thumb drive in the computer. But what's the problem here? The old thumb drives, all your old thumb drives will only have the USB-A. No. Yeah. USB-A, this old big kind of USB connection. And your phone has what they call that a lightning connection. Well, you just have to get a special kind of USB drive. Back to the slide.
Mm-hmm.
And you may have heard, because they do a lot of advertising, of something called Photo Stick. And I got one, and it's fine. It's fine. But it's a little more expensive than I think it needs to be. And it comes in 2 pieces. The thumb drive is still a regular old thumb drive, but then it has this adapter for all 3. So we got this one, and let me show it under here.
Okay.
And it's half the price of the Photo Stick one. And here is a regular USB connection, regular old USB-A. Here is a USB-C, and here is the iPhone Lightning. And this one is 128. It also comes in 256. So to attach the phone, this is my iPhone, and I just plug it in to and then I have to, it says unlock in order to use the accessory. Now you also have to have installed an app, and depending on the device you get, it's a different app. Mine happens to be this one called UHub, and I will say allow it. And here is the app that can work with this thumb drive. And there's backup, phone backup contacts. It can do a bunch of stuff. But what if I just want to see what's in it? I can tap on device, and that shows me what is on this thumb drive. I like to use it. I have this folder here that has all of our Geeks on Tour show me videos. So anywhere I am, I could plug this little USB into my phone and show them any of my videos. So you can do that with music or movies, store it on here, be able to play it on your phone. But we're talking about copying from the phone. So I tap on mobile, and this shows me I can see what's on this device, and iPhone doesn't show me anything, but I can look at images. So here, and I can, I have a lot. I'm just going to select a few. So there, I have selected 3 photos that are on the phone, and I can copy to. I want to create a folder on this device and call it iPhone Photos. And OK. And paste. Okay, so now, and I didn't go into that before I did. So it pasted them out here. It didn't paste them in the folder because I didn't open the folder before I said paste. I'm not going to worry about it. And now I can take the thumb drive out of the phone, put it back so that I have so I was going to say so that I have a USB-A to put in my computer, but my computer doesn't have USB-A.
Oh, it only has a USB-C.
It has USB-C, so I'll leave that off. I take the USB-C, plug it into my computer, and now I will show you on the computer. Now, the first time you do this, you'll get a message pops up, say, do you want to trust this, or what do you want to do with it? But I always have it set to just take me to the files and folders and show me. So up here it says who to. That's the name of my special thumb drive. And here are iPhone photos. There's nothing there, but here are the photos that I copied just to and here are the other. So that's how you do it. If you have the special thumb drive and the app that goes along with it on your phone, then that's how you can copy. And it works pretty much the same. Let me see. Do I have time to show it on Android? Where are we? No, we do not. So you do the same thing on the Android. You just need to use the USB-C connector, pop that in. So this could also be a way to copy photos from your iPhone to your Android if you wanted to. I still think that cloud is better. So next.
This is it. Cable.
Oh, okay, cable. So now, what's the issue? I'm going to take a cable and put into my iPhone and the other end into my computer. The cable that came with the iPhone plugs into the iPhone just fine. They're not seeing my. There. And what has popped up is, what do you want to do? Now, I could just say import photos and videos. That's great, but that would take a while. So I want to just show you. I want to open the device to view files on File Explorer. So here I am in my File Explorer. It says this PC, Apple iPhone, and my phone is about full. So I probably should do this. I double click. The only folder that you can see on Apple iPhone is the DCIM. But
Hold on just a second. I want to make sure that we have audio again. Apparently I lost audio, but I think we're on. Okay.
Let's the screen switch to the phone view.
Okay.
Okay, so I plugged the Apple iPhone into my computer with a cable, and I am now viewing the computer files and folders, and I see the Apple iPhone. So if I was looking at this PC, I have my C drive, my Google Drive, and my Apple iPhone. You double click on the Apple iPhone, you see internal storage, double click on internal storage, and all I see is the DCIM. And you can find your pictures in here, and from now forward, it's as if your phone is an external hard drive. Now, this time I do want to show you on the Android as well. So that's it for the iPhone. I'll unplug the iPhone. Now I need, what do I need? What ends? I need an end for the Samsung. What's that?
The Samsung is a C.
The Samsung is a C, and
Right.
my computer
Is a C.
is a C.
Right.
So I need a cable, and I happen to have one that is C on both ends. If you don't, you might need to get one of those adapters. So I plug one end into my Samsung phone and the other end into the computer. Now it says, oh, thank you. You're charging me. Nope, that's not what I want to do. So I have to unlock it.
Focus. There.
I have to unlock it. And I've done this before. So mine is already set to know that I want to see it on the computer. So now on the computer with this PC,
All right.
I see Mrs. Geek's S21 Ultra. I double click. I see internal storage. I double click. And I see all the folders that I'm allowed to see, and including DCIM. And under DCIM, I have lots of choices, but camera is where all my basic photos are. And this is just like having an external hard drive. I can select pictures, right click and copy, and then I can go to wherever I want on my computer, and I have special, and I can right click and paste. And now those photos, there are other options though. If you open your Photos app on your Windows computer, then you can just import all the photos it finds on your phone. If I'm doing this, it's because I have a particular need and I like to browse what's on my phone. Okay, so that is thumb drive and cable.
Okay.
Next. Oh, so here I did get it to work with Jim's Pixel. I plugged in the cable to his Pixel on the one end and my computer on the other. I made sure the phone was unlocked, and I chose view files from the pop-up on the computer. Then I did have to go into the USB preferences and change it from just charging the device to file transfer.
What a pain in the butt. I mean, really, there's an easier way. I know there is, right?
Yeah, it just works on. All right, but I think the best way is using cloud storage, meaning the photos from your phone get copied to the cloud, then the photos from the cloud can get copied down to your computer. And Dropbox is a great example of this because you can set Dropbox up to automatically copy down to your computer. So if you're one that really wants photos on your computer, Dropbox is a good option for you. Google Photos doesn't do the automatic down to the computer. So this is a relatively old video, but especially if there's any of you watching who are still using Picasa, you'll like this one. Hi, this is Chris Gould with Geeks on Tour, and this tutorial video is both about Dropbox and Picasa. Using the camera upload feature, you can take pictures with your smartphones and tablets and have them automatically appear because of Dropbox on your computer. Then, how do you work with them in Picasa? First, Dropbox must be on all your devices, and the camera upload feature is
on. Pictures then will automatically appear in the Dropbox camera upload folder on your computer. What you do is cut and paste them from there to your My Pictures folder, and then Picasa can work with them. We wrote an article about this on our website a while back. I'll find it under free articles and Geek blog, or I will put a link under this video to go straight to it. Review that for some details on how to set up Dropbox. So here's what we did. Yesterday we went for this beautiful walk along the Columbia River here in Vancouver, Washington, and Jim took some pictures using an Android smartphone. This smartphone does have Dropbox installed, and the camera upload feature is turned on. So look at that on your camera. If it says turn off, that means it is on. Another thing you might want to look at is this upload using. If yours is set to Wi-Fi only, then you'll need to remember to connect your phone to Wi-Fi before the upload will happen. I also am taking pictures now with my new little iPad mini, and on my iPad I also have Dropbox installed and the camera upload feature is turned on. So now let's see if it worked. If all devices were connected to the internet, the pictures on the phone and the tablet should now be on my computer. So here I am on my Windows computer, and I go to my Dropbox icon. On a Macintosh, that same icon will be up in your upper right rather than the lower right. Open it up and open up the camera uploads folder. And there are all the pictures that we took yesterday with my iPad and Jim's smartphone. We are sharing the same Dropbox account. Normally, one person would have one account and the other would have another for their individual computers. So I'm going to select all these pictures and cut them from the Dropbox. This is just using standard Windows features to manage files on your computer. This is something everybody should know how to do. Cutting files from one folder and pasting them into another. So I'm cutting them from the camera uploads, and I want to go to my pictures to paste them. So that would be under Chris and My Pictures. If you're on a Mac, you'd be using the Finder for this. And I could put these pictures in any existing folder, or I can make like my 20308, but I'm going to make a new folder. I'm still going to call it 2013-08, but then I will add Columbia River Walk so that these pictures have a folder all of their own. And paste. Now if I go back to my Dropbox, we should see that the camera uploads folder is empty. That's the way I like to use this. My camera uploads Dropbox is just for transferring the pictures from my mobile devices to my computer. Now, if you have a lot of space in Dropbox, you might want to just use that to store your pictures, and I might make some future videos on that. But right now we're just transferring. So now we open Picasa, and since Picasa is set to watch all the folders in the My Picture area, it immediately sees that there's a new folder called Columbia River Walk, and there are all the pictures we took yesterday with the iPad and the Android phone. And did you know that Picasa can even tell you what camera took any given picture? So I can click on this picture.
All right, it goes on for another couple minutes, but it's done the piece that I wanted there. So that's, Dropbox is a great way to automatically get photos from your phone to the cloud and back down to your computer. But there's still one more.
Bob says use a data transfer cable. I can be used for charging.
It can't be used for charging. Right. All right. So different kinds of cables. Absolutely.
And Ron says it's a security feature. People using charging ports at airports and other places are prone to getting viruses because of bidirectional transfer, and you have to give it permission to make sense. Okay. Thanks, guys. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Where are we? Cloud storage. Download.
Now I want to, I hope you're still with me because here is the way I do things. I have all of my photos in the cloud in Google Photos. You probably know that if you're watching this channel much. If I want to download specific pictures to my computer, I do it by opening the by selecting the picture, click the three dots and download. Do not use right click and save image as, and I want to demo this to make sure you understand. So I'm going to go to my Google Photos and pick a picture. I'm just going to pick this picture. It's the first one. And it will clear up there. A lot of people think to download any picture, if you're using Chrome, you can click right click and save image as.
That's out of focus.
Yeah, again. I know it's out of, we know it's out of focus, guys. We haven't figured out what, it usually clears up in just a couple seconds.
Okay.
Want to try sharing my screen instead?
Yeah, go ahead and share it.
I did.
That's clear now. It's clear. Go back.
Okay.
There we go.
No, it's not.
It is over here.
No, it's
or
not.
No, it was. Damn it. Go ahead. Struggle. It's more fun.
If you right click and save image as, and I'm going to put it on my computer and call it photo with right click.
It goes in and out. Look at that. That's bizarre.
Now, hopefully you can still understand what I'm doing, even though it's blurry. If I instead click on the three dot menu, oh, look, that's clear, and download. Now that's how you're supposed to do it. With Google Photos, you three dots and download. And I'm going to call this one photo with three dot download and save. Now I go to the folder where I downloaded those two. And wow, it just...
I know.
So this one, I know it's blurry, but this one says photo with three dot download. And it is 7,341K. The one with right click that I say you should not do is only 122K. That's why right click and save as is the wrong way to do it.
When you change screens, see if you can share screen with...
I can't.
You can't.
I can't see where to do it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Because
you're not in StreamYard. Okay. It clears up and it goes away. That is just the most bizarre thing. Sorry.
Okay. So now I want to show you the way I really do it. Next slide.
Okay.
I like to download the bulk of my photos to my computer, but not all of them. I don't want them automatically. I take thousands of photos. So here is next slide, is a pre-recorded piece to show you how I do it. And this one, pay attention to, okay? This is good stuff.
And this quick tutorial video is about downloading photos from Google Photos. Google Photos stores your entire library of photos in the cloud so you can see them with any connected device. But most people also want a copy on their local computer or backup hard drive. But here's the deal. On Google Photos, it stores all of my photos. I have thousands and thousands and so many similar shots. I don't need to have all of those. I don't want to have all of those on my hard drive. I have a plan of making a monthly album of just my best shots, and those albums I do download from the cloud in Google Photos to a backup hard drive on my computer. Let me show you how. First, I want to show you my hard drive. It is a external hard drive just plugged into my computer, and it has all sorts of stuff on it. But here is one folder where I put all my backup of my pictures, and I've been doing this for the whole time. And if I show you 2018, for example, you'll see that I have one file, a zip file, for each month, January, February, March. I also make a zip file for special occasions, like a diving trip that we went on. Now let me show you my Google Photos. So here I am in Google Photos, and as you know, it's just one giant stream throughout the years of my 70, 80,000 pictures, okay? So I make an album for each month. I click on Albums, and this is July 2019, so here is my album for June. I open that album and select the three-dot menu and download all. That creates a zip file, and then it stops and asks me where I want to store it. I want it on my Seagate backup drive in the Pictures folder, in the folder for 2019, and I like the album name 2019-06 June, and it's a zip file. I click Save. If yours did not ask you where, then I recommend that you change your browser settings. On Chrome, it's the three dots in the upper right, then Settings, then Advanced all the way at the bottom, then Downloads. And notice I have this setting turned on to ask where to save each file before downloading. Otherwise, they all go to the same place. Your choice, but that's my recommendation. So now let me look at my hard drive. There is June, and I've already done January, March, but it's a zip file. Now, I think that's fine. This is my backup. I don't use my pictures on my computer. This is just if something should happen to my Google Photos, I have my best photos for June. If you do want them visible on your hard drive, then you just right-click and extract all, and it creates a folder with the same name as the zip file, and all your photos are inside there. On a Mac, you do the same thing, just double click. Rather than right clicking, you double click and it will unzip. Unzip your file, and there are all the photos. Last thing, what if you don't make albums? So you don't have an album for June, but you still want to make a zip file, a backup of all your June photos. You can just search for June 2019, then select, you click on the first one, and then you all the way down to the bottom, and you shift click on the last one. It tells me 245 pictures are selected. Those are all the ones from June 2019, and I click on download, and it will do the exact same thing I just showed you with an album. So now you can rest easy knowing that all of your photos are in Google Photos, but you also have your best for every month locally on your hard drive.
And
Okay.
that's how I do it. So I Yes.
Okay. Murray says the problem with Dropbox free is you can only sync to 3 devices. That's true. They do want your money, though, don't they? 3 devices is more than most people have, or maybe about as many as most people have.
And if you're going to do this for your photos, you probably need more than their free amount.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Right. Michael says, love, love, love the downloading photos video. Thank you so much. And we appreciate you. Michael Daniels is, really a guy that I've learned a lot from.
Check out his YouTube channel, Michael Daniels.
Yeah, and you can put that on
Tinkering with Tech.
Tinkering with Tech. Please do it. And yeah, John,
Technicalties. Yes.
Technicalties. So if I want
Gotta
them
have
off,
some.
if I want them off my iPhone, then will they still be there everywhere else?
You need to do some testing. Yes, that's the idea, but you have to be careful. If you're using the Apple iCloud for doing your upload to the cloud, and you delete from anywhere else in the Apple universe, it deletes it from everywhere. So you cannot, if you're using iCloud, you cannot delete from the phone, because that will delete from everywhere else in the Apple universe. If you're using Google Photos and you have uploaded all of your photos to the Google Cloud, there is then a command called free up space that will delete the photos from the phone. They are still in the Google Cloud. If that's an iPhone, though, what did I just say? You can't delete from the phone if you're using iCloud. Now, you may not be using iCloud. I say you need to have 2 copies before you delete from the phone. So I use Google Photos. I also use a second cloud storage service, OneDrive. So every time I take a photo with my phone, 1 copy goes to Google Photos, 1 copy goes to OneDrive. I now have 2 copies in the cloud. Now I can delete from the phone.
And I use Amazon Photos for my photos because we have an Amazon Prime account. You get free photo storage, but that's not for videos.
Yeah, it's limited for videos.
Yeah. All right, review the reasons.
So let's see if we gave you a way to do these 5 things. To have a backup of photos in case something happens to the phone, absolutely. I think Google Photos is the best because it just automatically copies them up to the cloud. I drop my phone overboard, I still have my photos. To free up space on their phone storage, you need to have it copied 2 places before you do that. To easily view and organize photos on a larger screen, that needs to be actually transferred to your computer's hard drive. And we gave you several different ways of doing that: the thumb drive, the cable, or downloading from the cloud. To edit or print the photos on a computer, that's probably just talking about onesie twosies. I would use the Google Photos 3-dot download to get them onto the computer. To share the photos with others more easily via email or social media from the computer, you can download the computer. We gave you several ways.
Okay, a couple more questions.
Okay.
Album inside of an album?
Sorry, no such thing. The albums are one level only, but when I download those albums as zip files onto my computer's hard drive, I can create folders within folders, but albums, no.
Alan wants to know, can I take an iPhone picture directly to SmugMug?
That would probably depend on SmugMug. I certainly assume so. You'd have to open your SmugMug
Easy for you to
and
say.
see if they can get from iPhone. It might not, in which case, what do? You have to download to your computer from your iCloud. No? If you're on a Mac, it's already there. So SmugMug can get it from your computer. Yeah, Chuck with SmugMug on that one.
All right, then. Well, did you learn something? True or false? True or false? Phones store files in folders just like computers. I can't
False,
say.
false, false. Now, somebody mentioned in the chat that iPhone does have a Files app. Yes, but it's different. It is not exposing the storage of your phone to you. It's something that you set up. I don't know a whole lot about it. I don't use it, but it's not the same as a computer or as the Android files.
Okay, to use a thumb drive for transferring photos from iPhone to computer, you need A, a product called Photo Stick, B, a thumb drive with multiple connectors.
B, nothing wrong with Photo Stick. I find it's more expensive and there are other options.
Okay, DCIM stands for?
Digital Camera Images.
All right. iCloud is Apple's cloud storage service, and it is available for iPhone,
Yes.
Mac,
Yes.
iPad,
Yes.
Windows,
Yes.
Android.
No. So therefore,
Aw.
I can't depend on it because I take most of my photos with my Android.
Okay. True or false? If you use Google Photos, you don't need any other backup of your photos.
False. False. False.
Right.
God, I'm so scared when I see people thinking that once it's in Google Photos, they can delete it from their phone. Now you only have the one copy. No,
Not good.
You have to back up to at least one more place before you can delete from phone.
Okay, to download from Google Photos, A, right-click, save image as, B, use the three-dot menu, download, or C, click the cloud icon.
B, three-dot menu, download.
If you use that right-click, save image as, it's a really small image, which might be okay just if you're going to stick it up on Facebook, but it's
Just
not
know,
what you...
just know that you are reducing the quality
a lot.
Tenfold.
Really. So a reminder for our premium members, the Backstage Pass is a Zoom meeting right after this show. You get the link from an email that Chris sent out earlier, or if you can't find that email, just go to geeksontour.com to the members login page and you'll find it there. Sign up for our newsletters. They're free. We promise not to abuse your email address or sell it or any way, shape, or form. And we need to change that slide. It is 2023. So sign up for the newsletters here. Members get all of the books. Premium members, subscribe to this channel. Do all of those things.
Couple more questions.
Couple more questions.
This one.
Okay. I had a phone stolen from my pocket in Ethiopia and I lost.
All I lost was the photos taken after I had left the hotel with Wi-Fi.
Wow.
Because why, Paul? You use Google Photos, right?
It's great.
And then
if I want to create a month album on Google Photos, can I first search for November 2021 and only the photos from that month show up?
Yes.
That's one of the cool things about Google Photos.
Unless there's some photo that has a sign that has November 2021 on it, then that'll show up too. But
okay, click on a like. Okay, do I have to select all the photos area and then create an album?
No, you can select them all. However, if they're not in an album, there is a limit of 500 that can be downloaded. In an album, it goes to 10,000 or something like that. But outside of just selected photos, you're limited to 500 that can be downloaded.
Okay. So, Chris, what's the webpage that lists all of our YouTube shows?
Geeksontour.com. The menu item is YouTube show.
And the webpage that lists all of our recent newsletters.
Geeksontour.com. The menu item is blogs and news. You'll find our newsletters over there.
And why do people pay $58 a year to join Geeks on Tour?
We have member benefits.
Oh, good ones.
They get to ask us any question they want in our Q&A. Our backstage pass is private meetings with our members, access to hundreds of Show Me videos and ebooks, and to get the written notes from these shows. The written notes for this show might be handy, don't you think?
There's a lot here.
There's a lot here.
And some people just pay us to say thank you for the free training they get from us.
And we thank you.
And it's great. So become a member at geeksontour.com. Join now. Come to the Backstage Pass, and we'll see you next week. I'm Jim.
I'm Chris.
And we are
Geeks on Tour.
Thanks so much.